Learning that Chinese firms aim to install more than 115,000 Nvidia AI chips in data centers across the country's western deserts. Now, for more, let's bring in our senior global business reporter and host of the Big Take Asia podcast, Oanh Ha. Oanh, you've been talking about this construction boom that's happening near the Gobi Desert in Xinjiang. What's going on there, and why are there such big projects happening?
Yeah, it really is quite extraordinary, isn't it? Our Bloomberg investigation uncovered these public documents. We've seen, investment approvals. We've seen financial filings, company filings that show these Chinese companies want to build some 40 data centers across the Chinese desert. And they, of course, surprisingly want to power up these data centers with 115,000 Nvidia chips. The big problem with that is that, of course, these chips can't be legally purchased without U.S. government approvals. And the U.S. have, of course, said that they don't want to export these chips into China. It's a huge source of contention for the two countries, and we've seen that play out in talks. So how they plan to get these chips, these plans aren't spelled out. It could be just purely aspirational, but what we can see from these plans is that, of course, China has big ambitions and very specific plans to become an AI leader.
Yeah, it's interesting when you stack that up against that Bloomberg scoop we had around the concerns from the US of potential trade flows around Malaysia and Thailand in particular for chips. But let's talk about the location. As we mentioned, it's in the Gobi Desert. It's very far away from the major cities like Shanghai, Hangzhou, Shenzhen. What's the purpose of putting them there in particular?
You're right, it's super remote. I mean, our reporters had to jump on a plane and drive hours and hours to get there. Essentially, China is building out this physical infrastructure, right? You need these physical data centers because they're so critical to developing AI models and testing these models out. Why the desert? These, of course, because our reporters had to get to these remote places, we know that land there is cheap. And that, of course, is a huge cost saving when you're trying to build out such big infrastructure projects. The most important piece, actually, is that Xinjiang and this desert area is rich for green energy. Our reporters saw a lot of wind and solar farms out there. And so that really goes hand in hand with Beijing's push for sustainable development to really cut down the carbon footprint of these otherwise energy-hungry operations. So really, it's a strategic decision to put these data centers out in the desert to really help these homegrown companies.